Hey guys, the call, bigger than it should be. I have 18 books to hold today, which is a lot. Half of them were sent to me by publishers, half of them I bought. And I know I'm not supposed to be buying books. I know, you're yelling, I hear you, it's fine. Shh. Okay, we're going to start with the books that were sent to me from publishers. So I have two books here from Avon, and the first one is Take a Hint, Dani Brown by Talia Hibbert. And this one is the follow-up to Get a Life, Chloe Brown, which was sent to me last year and I haven't read yet. But I'm going to actually read like that one and then this one probably back to back. So this one comes out in June. So I do plan to cover this for my June ARC reviews. So I will definitely do that. And I do need to read Chloe Brown before, but I believe Dani Brown is Chloe's sister from what I'm understanding. So huge thanks for this one. Then another one that I just got is Girl Gone Viral by Alicia Rai. And this is, I'm wondering, it's from the author of The Right Swipe, which I read and really enjoyed last year. I'm wondering if this is like a follow-up to that or if it is its own. Katrina King, let's see. I'm trying to see if, no, I think it's its own book. It doesn't look like it's like a follow-up to The Right Swipe or anything, but definitely adorable. Love this. And I really did like The Right Swipe. So I do plan to definitely read this book. It comes out in April. So I do plan to read it and cover it in the month of April. And when I was gathering my books, like, look guys, look how cute. Aren't they cute together? They have nothing to do with each other. They're not even the same author, but aren't they cute? Like all the yellows and the blues. That makes me happy. So Avon is killing it with the book covers. I also got two books from William Morrow, and the first one here is No Going Back. This is by Sheena Kamal. So I accepted this book. I was approached by it and accepted it. And then after I accepted it, I realized this is book number 3 in a series. And I was like, oh man. I think I actually got offered the first 2 books as well by the publisher a couple years ago. I think it was when we were in the middle of our move, when we moved from New Mexico to Florida. And then I accepted them, but I never got those books. So sometimes that happens. Things get lost, whatever. It's like not lost in the mail, but I think it got missed, and that's fine. So I think I was supposed to get the first 2 books and then I never got them. So I never read them. But I'm thinking I can probably still read this one without having to read the other 2. I think it's one of those things where it's a series, but you can jump in at any time. So let's see what this is about. I haven't even really read the back, but the tagline is find your enemy before he finds you. Okay, so the synopsis is a little still kind of like, ooh, okay. There is a woman named Nora who is a detective, I think, and she has a daughter, Bonnie, that she gave up for adoption, but somehow she came back into her life and she ended up, Nora rescued her from a kidnapping by a triad group, a Chinese, like, gangster, whatever, and now I think they're after both of them. That's all I'm getting from it, so we're gonna see. I'm gonna give this a try and see what I think. It might be like the lowest priority on my review books for the month of April. But this does come out in April and it comes out April 14th. So, if this is a series that you have read and you are looking forward to the 3rd book, it's coming soon. And yeah, I'm going to give it a try and see what I can figure out. This next one is also from William Morrow. It was unsolicited, and that is Simon the Fiddler. And this is by Pollock Paulette Giles. She wrote News of the World, which I have not read, but I've heard really, really good things about. And a lot of people have been talking about that one lately. So I know the author. I've never heard of this one. So let's see what this is about. Actually, it's a National Book Award finalist. Okay, so this one follows a young man named Simon, and he plays the fiddle. And this is set in 1865 is where it starts, I believe. And it is after the Civil War. I guess the Civil War is kind of winding down. It's like kind of in the aftermaths of it. And Simon had never had to join the army for certain reasons. And he ends up being called to be part of a band that is playing for some of the colonels and generals of both sides of the war. And he's playing the fiddle in this band, and then he meets a girl named Doris who is Irish, and she is playing, or she's like a governess to one of the colonel's daughters or something, like a servant, I guess you could say. And I think he spends his time trying to find her again because they go their separate ways. So I don't know. I might hang on to it and see if I ever feel like picking it up. I have said that I wanted to read more books that were kind of set in the Civil War time era, and this is definitely that. So maybe I could give this one a shot. But this one comes out, if it's something that you've been looking forward to. I'm not going to include it in my review books because it was unsolicited. I didn't ask for it. But it does come out on April 14th. So if you want to read more from this author, she has a new one coming out soon. Okay, this next one was sent to me from Tor, and I actually got this through the Bookish First website. Bookish First is a review site where you can request review books, and you do get them print versions from the publishers. It's something that you actually read an excerpt of it first, and then you write a review on what you read, and then you can be entered into a drawing to get it, and then they draw randomly some people to get the books every week. It's something I've really been enjoying, so I'll leave a link to the website if you want to get more information about it down below. I think they are US only as far as I know. But I got Deal with the Devil by Kit Rocha. Kit Rocha is actually a writing duo, two friends writing together. And this is the first book in a series, and it's a Mercenary Librarians series. So if you can see, the character has books in her hand. And I was really intrigued. I was really intrigued by this. I mean, I'm sorry, you're going to tell me librarians, I'm in. If there's a book that is centered around libraries or librarians, I want to read it. And this was on there, and I won it, and I'm so happy for it. But yeah, so this one comes out, let's see, May. It comes out in May. So I will plan to definitely have this read and reviewed by then, because I really, really want to read this. And it's kind of short, actually. So like, yeah, I'm in. I don't know the full premise of it, but I kind of want to go in a little bit blind. So I'm not going to go into anything. But I'm definitely, it's like post-apocalyptic Avengers is what it's called back here. And then it also mentions Orphan Black. I've never watched Orphan Black, so I don't really know that reference, but yeah, so I'm definitely excited about this one. And with Bookish First, they actually ask you to read and review the book on their website within 3 weeks of receiving the book. So I might need to do it a little bit sooner, but we'll see. But definitely for May, this will be included in my ARC reviews. This next one was sent to me from Harper, and that is A Good Marriage by Kimberly McCreight. And Kimberly McCreight is an author that I have not read anything from yet, but I have a couple of her books. She writes thrillers, and I've heard they're really good. So I definitely want to read some from her. You know, obviously I have a couple of her books on my shelves already. And then when I was offered this one, I was like, yes. So definitely excited for this one. This follows a lawyer who is working at a very prestigious law firm. And she gets a call from one of her friends' husbands, or like it's a big group of people who are all friends and they're all married couples and stuff. And the husband of one of those couples calls her and says, "My wife is dead. I'm the prime suspect. I need help." And so she is definitely thrown into this case because she knows them personally. And then some things are starting to come out, and maybe their marriage wasn't as great as everyone thought. And maybe her marriage isn't as great as everyone thought. So all sorts of secrets start coming out, and I'm definitely interested in this one. It's like a good chunk of a thriller book. So I'm excited about this. This one comes out May 5th. So this will be included in my May reviews. And if you guys are looking forward to another Kimberly McCreight, this one comes out May 5th. Okay, the next one that I got is the paperback edition of My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing. Now, I do have the hardcover of this book already, but look at this. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. So the hardcover is white, and then this one is gray. And I love both of them. So I have not read this book yet. I really do want to. It's definitely on one of my... it's in a pile in my bedroom right now, and I think I pulled it out for a TBR jar And I definitely want to read this one for sure. But if you've been holding out for the paperback edition, it is officially out. It is beautiful, just as pretty as the hardcover, I think. So that's an option for you if you were waiting for the paperback edition of this one. And this was sent by Berkeley. This next one was sent to me from Random House. This one comes out in May as well, and that is Date Me Bryson Keller Bryson. This is by Kevin Van Wy, and this one follows a high school, and so there's some sort of dare that happens, and this person, Bryson Keller, is dared to date anybody or to say yes to anybody who asks him on a date, and it doesn't matter who it is or whatever, and he accepts that dare. And so the main character in here decides he is going to ask Bryson Keller out on a date. Now, he believes that Bryson is a straight boy, but Bryson, and so he's not expecting Bryson to say yes at all, but Bryson says yes. And so I think this follows that, and maybe realizing that maybe Bryson is not all that he seems. So sounds adorable. It does come out May, hang on, let me get you a date from the sell sheet here, May 19th. So I will have this in my May reviews as well, but it sounds adorable. Okay, this next one was sent to me from Atria, and that is The Paris Library. And this is by Janet Skeslin Charles. This one comes out June 2nd. And it follows, I'm going to read the back a little bit here, based on the true World War II story of the heroic librarians of the American Library in Paris. This is an unforgettable story of romance, friendship, family, and the power of literature to bring us together. Perfect for fans of Lilac Girls and The Paris Wife. So this follows a true story about two librarians who try to save a Paris library in the midst of World War II. Like, that's what this is. This follows two different timelines. One is in Paris in 1939 and one is in Montana in 1983. So I am very excited about this. That's all I'm going to read. I don't want to know too much more else about it. I do know this is beautiful. It's got the gold and it's shiny. I hope my light is picking up this gold. It's so pretty. When I got it in the mail, I was like, oh my gosh. So very excited about this one. Thank you, Atria. And this will be included with my June books. Okay, so those are all the books that were sent to me from publishers. So thank you to all of them. I so appreciate it. And now we're going to talk about the books that I should not have bought. Okay, so the first one. This is so dumb. We went to Barnes & Noble one night. A couple weeks ago, before we were not supposed to be going anywhere. And I picked up this book because I was in the middle grade section with my daughter, and I was just looking around and wanted to read all the books. And I picked this book up, and I kept going back to it because it's so pretty. And I had heard about it before. I had heard good things about it. And it's 1000%. This was cover buys for me. Cover buys 100%. So I picked it up and I kept picking it up, and I put it down and we left the store. I didn't buy it there, but I came home and I couldn't stop thinking about it. And so I got on Amazon and I looked at the book, and it was cheaper on Amazon. But it's also a trilogy, and I went, oh man. And the other two books are just as pretty. So I got them. So I ended up getting the Wildwood trilogy. This is by Colin Malloy, and there's illustrations by Carson Ellis. So the first book is Wildwood. This is what I picked up in the store. It's so pretty. It's super thick. It's got deckled edges. It's just gorgeous. It's so pretty. I just keep looking at it. It's so beautiful. This book is just, it's so pretty. I don't fully know what it is about still, and I don't care. This was 100% cover buy. If I ever come across a prompt that says a cover buy, this is it. This is what I should pick up, because I don't really fully know what it is. I know it's middle grade and it's magical and it's gorgeous. So I bought the trilogy on Amazon. This is the first one. Wildwood. Book number 2 is Under Wildwood. Just as pretty, just as beautiful. I can't. It is so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. And book number 3 is Wildwood Imperium. just as beautiful. You guys, I can't with this. They are so gorgeous. And I know that is the most shallow reason to buy a book in a series. And I don't even really know anything about it, but I don't care. They're beautiful. And I treated myself. Okay, and now we will get into another series that I bought, and I bought the whole series. So when I did my, my 5-star prediction wrap up, I talked about Beautiful Bastard by Christina Lauren and my whole debacle with that. And then I just went out and bought the book because my Kindle edition was not correct and it was just a whole mess. I decided I would go ahead and get the rest of the series because I want to read them. I want to binge read them actually. And I love Christina Lauren, and they are definitely an author that I could have all of them on my shelves and I'd be pretty happy about that. So I went ahead and bought the rest of the Beautiful Bastard series. So 4 more books in that series. There's only 5 main books. There are novellas in between, which I'm not going to buy. I will just read them on, through my library and stuff. I'm not going to worry about those. But I did buy the rest of them. So the second book is Beautiful Stranger. Book 3 is Beautiful Player. And then there is Beautiful Secret. And then the last one is just beautiful. So I bought the rest of these books and I can now binge read them because I did read the first one. And so I'm planning to actually pick up book 2 here soon, definitely. So yeah, in my defense, because I feel like I have to defend myself now, I did say that if I started a series and I knew I wanted to read and own the series, that I would give myself permission to do that. So I did. So I have read the first one. I do plan to read the rest of them this year. I plan to binge read them. So yeah. But yeah. So 4 books in that series. And then these last 2 were actually pre-orders that came in. So very happy about these. The first one is The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren. More Christina Lauren. This is their newest release. It just came out in March. And yeah, I pre-ordered this a couple months ago. Super excited about it. This follows a fixer-upper type of TV show. So it's like a house flipping, that type of thing. And it's a TV show. And it features this couple that I think on the outside, what they're presenting is not what the reality is. They're presenting like they're this perfect couple and they're happy and blah, 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 and everything's so great. And then behind the scenes, they hate each other. So I'm very excited about this one. It's not super long. It's pretty short, but anything Christina Lauren, I'm forever and always pre-ordering now. And then the last one, I pre-ordered this last year and it finally came because it just came out in March again. Oh man, so excited. This is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. This is the first book in the Crescent City series. I think that's the right thing. It says Crescent City, it says House of Earth and Blood. So I don't know what the series is called versus what the book is called. I still really don't know. I think it's the Crescent City series and it's House of Earth and Blood. And that's the first book from what I can see as far as people talking about it. But it's Sarah J. Maas. I love her. It's an adult fantasy, which I'm really excited about because I have read her other books and they've all been young adults. So I'm excited to see her go into an adult genre and see what she does because some of her young adult was like, oh, we're pushing some boundaries here. So I think not having those restrictions on her and writing for a more mature audience, I'm really excited about that to see what she does. And I'm going to link his video down below. Kevin, his channel is called The Irish Reader, I think. And he did a reading vlog about this and it was so good. And it made me want to immediately just drop everything else in my life and just pick this book up. I'm not going to because I want to finish Throne of Glass first. I still have 3 books in that series to finish before this one, but I want to finish that first. That way, I have everything of hers read before I pick this one up and then I'll dive in. And this is also another thing where, book number 2 is going to come out possibly next year. So I don't know if I want to, dive in quite yet because I don't want to forget everything. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I can't. Okay. Yeah, and these are Bible pages. These are very, very thin pages, and I think this is almost 800 pages. Yep. Yeah. So, okay. So part of me wants to just like dive right in and love it and enjoy it. And then the other part is like, oh, but I'm going to forget half of it before the next book even comes out. So I've been having realizations about that lately, about, you know, feeling the need now to reread some books and series that I want to continue with because I'm forgetting a lot of the details because it's been a while since I've read them. And I read a lot of other books in between. So a lot of those details get lost, and that's just because the human brain can only hold so much, right? So I don't know. But I did pre-order it. It's on my shelves. I'm so happy about it, regardless of when I get to it. But yeah, so so excited though. Okay, guys, that is it for my book haul. I know it was a lot. And I'm trying not to buy a lot of books, but I did buy 9. I did, which technically for me can be a little bit conservative. Like I didn't go to Goodwill's. I didn't do anything like that, but I did do a little bit of Amazon shopping with the 2 series that I bought and then the 2 pre-orders. So I guess everything on here I got from Amazon. Yeah, I did. I got everything from Amazon. But you do what you do, right? Everything's fine. Everything's good. And very thankful to the publishers for all the review books. I really appreciate them. I'm excited to get to those too. And yeah. So let me know down below if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you're going to be picking any of these up as well, if you're excited about any of them. And check out Kevin's video about Crescent City. There's no spoilers in it, but it's such a good video. I love him. So, all right, I will talk to you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day.